How do we release the hidden blocks that hold us back? I'm Dr. Katja Rusanen, spiritual counselor and best-selling author, and today I'm joined by Curtis McCullom, who has spent over 35 years helping CEOs, founders, and spiritual entrepreneurs uncover and release the blind spots that silently hold them back, unlocking the greater income, confidence, and personal freedom. Curtis is the creator of the L.G.E.T mindset framework: learn, grow, expand, transform. And he combines it with the powerful modalities like NLP, mental emotional release, and hypnotherapy to help reprogram subconscious blocks for deep, lasting transformation. In this session, he'll show you how to heal the past, align with your authentic self in the present, and activate a future filled with clarity and inspired action. And you'll also walk away with the simple clearing exercise, a mindset shift to reframe challenges, and a daily practice to keep you aligned with your higher calling. So, welcome, Curtis. I'm super excited to have you here.
Thank you, Katja, for having me today. I mean, I'm really excited to share with your group and share with the world what the universe of God has laid on my heart today for this particular session.
Yes, and we can't wait to hear all that you have to share. So, please, the stage is yours.
Have you ever felt like no matter how many spiritual practices you do, meditation, prayer, journaling, there's still something blocking you from fully experiencing peace and alignment? It's it's like you're driving with one foot on the gas and the other foot on the brake. You're doing the work, but invisible weight from the past keeps slowing you down. The truth is this, guys. The truth is, spiritual growth doesn't always come from adding more. It comes from releasing what no longer serves you. And today, I'm going to show you how you can do that. For those who don't know me, my name is Curtis McCullom. I'm a human potential coach. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist and a mindset expert. As Katja said, I've spent over 35 years. I know. I look, maybe I must have started when I was 5. That's okay. I get that all the time as a joke. But I've been doing this for over 35 years, studying transformation and helping leaders and entrepreneurs and spiritual finders and spiritual individuals and just about everybody, uh, everyday people, release mental and emotional baggage that kind of keeps them stuck. I developed what I call the legit mindset, L.G.E.T. I call it legit. Legit mindset. It's a framework where we help individuals learn, grow, expand, and transform so you can truly align with your higher self. And today, in the gathering today, we'll discover 3 things. Number 1, we'll discover how to heal the past by releasing limiting beliefs and trapped emotions. The second thing we're going to discuss is how to align the present right here and now by connecting with your deep core values, your authentic self. And thirdly, on how to activate the future by anchoring clarity, intention, and inspired action. I feel, for me, I feel the most important part of this today is that I'll have an opportunity to lead and guide you through a short exercise so you can release at least one mental block today, right here in this session. And I'm really looking forward to that. I think the first things first, what we need to understand is what are spiritual blocks? So, what are hidden blocks? I think it's important for us to start right there. What are hidden blocks? Well, hidden blocks are blind spots, limiting beliefs, and unresolved emotions that run quietly in your mind, in the background of your mind. Now, many of these blocks are usually formed in our childhood years, in the imprinting stage of our childhood between 0 and 7. Usually, most of these blind spots are actually, that's when they're actually created, or we accept and decide them at that time. And sometimes in intense moments in life, like really something happens in your life really quickly, a divorce or a death or something tragically happens, or just some offhanded remark someone might say can actually create a limiting belief. And then you have these unresolved emotions. One of the challenges is this: they continue to shape your choices, even your sense of possibility. And often, and this is the kicker, guys, often without you actually realizing it. Think of it like this. Think of it like an invisible program running your mental system. They don't always scream for attention, but you have this feeling, this way of feeling, and something that's kind of draining your energy. You can't put your finger on it, but it drains your energy and it redirects your path, and it's in the way, and it does not serve you. Now, one of the things that we found is this. Research shows about 5% of our daily actions, the things that we do, our conscious actions, 5% is our conscious mind. It's our choices, our behaviors, and our decisions. They are made in deliberate reality. You like deliberately, we says, hey, I want to do this. I want to do that. So consciously, it's the program that we do. We have like 5% consciously actually happens. The other 95%, wow, the big part of the iceberg, when you look at this picture of the iceberg, the conscious mind is the tip of the iceberg. That's the part that's outside of the ocean. The biggest part of the iceberg is the part that is beneath the surface. The 95%, it is driven by your subconscious. That's the part of the mind that runs your habits. That's the part of the mind that runs your emotions. That's the part of the mind you automatically respond to things without you even thinking about it. It's the beliefs that you picked up over time, over even a lifetime. It's like an autopilot system of an airplane. Think about it. It keeps things running in the background. You're not actually driving anymore. You're not actually steering the plane. It's just running on its own, even when you're not paying attention. What does this mean to you? This means you could set goals consciously, the 5%, and tell yourself affirmations and how great you are and how lovable you are and that you're all good enough and the universe loves you and God loves you and you can commit to spiritual practices with the 5%. But if the 95%, the subconscious level, the biggest part of the iceberg, it's carrying all those old programs, all those unresolved emotions, and all those limiting beliefs. It will override your conscious intentions every time. That's why sometimes you feel like I want to move forward, but I can't move forward. I don't know why. It's because of this. That's why people often get stuck. That's why people can't move when they want to move. It's not that they don't want to change, but that's the larger part. That it's the larger part, the more powerful part of the mind is still holding all the old instructions until those are released and reprogrammed. The cycle continues to repeat itself. So even if you're meditating, even if you're praying and doing all the work, if the old program is still working and still active, you're going to keep hitting a brick wall. You're praying, you're journaling, you're doing the work, but you're still going to hit that brick wall. This is why I often say this: your past doesn't define you, but it does program you. I'm going to say it again. Your past doesn't define you, but it does program you. And until you release it, when you shine a light on those hidden blocks and let them go and stop repeating the cycles, you reclaim your energy. You finally create the freedom. Yes, the freedom to move forward and to align with who you really are. Isn't that exciting? Once we know and understand what the program is running, that's the challenge with most of us. We don't even know that there's a program running. So now we have to understand, acknowledge there is a program. And number two, we have to figure out how to now reprogram this underlying program that's actually running. And that's why that kind of brings us to the foundation, the legit mindset. It was built around the four principles. It was built around learning, growing, expanding, and transforming. Think of it like a cycle of alignment. It keeps deepening every time you walk through it. Now, let me explain to you how I got to this legit mindset. A few years back, many years, I was asking God, that's what I call a universe. So let's not get caught up on terms. I call the universe God, and you can call it what you call it. Talking about the same thing. I was asking God, what is it? What is this thing all about? I didn't understand it. And I was looking and I was searching and trying to find what it was all about. And about 4 years ago, my son transitioned from this life to the next, and I'm still asking God, what is this all about? And I read the book, Many Lives, Many Masters. And it kind of, in one of the chapters, I don't know where it came from. I can't remember. I can't even go back to find it. But it was a great book, Many Lives, Many Masters, I think that's the name of it. And we'll get the right name of it. But what happened in that book is that I figured out that this life is all about learning, meaning like the journey that we're on is about learning. And that came with the 4 steps that I actually created. And the first step is learning. It's about becoming aware of your patterns, noticing the beliefs, the emotions, and the behaviors that runs the show. That's so important that we stop and become aware what's actually running, because if we're not aware of it, we can't even stop it. You can't change it. You can't change what you don't see. You can't change what you don't understand. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. And learning shines a light on what's been hidden. That's that big subconscious belief that we talked about earlier. That's the subconscious part. The next step to that is growing. Growing is next. Growing requires you to let go. Let go of and releasing the baggage. Let go and releasing the limiting beliefs. Let go and releasing the negative emotions, the old stories that no longer serves you. And without release, learning stays intellectual. Growth makes it experimental. And that's just so important that we understand this, guys. We have to understand that the learning, the growing is basically releasing these old emotions, freeing up space so that we can now put in new programming, in new information, in new behaviors. That's where the growth comes in at. Then we expand. Expanding is opening up. It's opening up. Expanding just when you start to truly open up. You align with your values, with your actions. You align with what's most important to you. And allow yourself to live from an authenticity rather than conditioning. I'm so sick and tired. I'm probably you too. Is everybody has this false face on. It's like you don't know what's real anymore. You don't know what's really true anymore. And everything feels like it's not real because we have not let go of the past. We have not let go of these old behaviors. We still feel like we're not good enough. These imposter syndrome and all these isms that we have that we're not living an authentic life. And that's where it comes from. We can live authentic. We can expand to who we really are and express fully to the world who we are. And finally, in the legit mindset is transforming. Transformation is the integration of it all. It's number one, you have the awareness. You have released it. Now you have the authenticity comes from putting it together. You begin to embody the higher version of yourself on a daily basis. And this is the key, guys. It still has to be conditioned. That's part of the transformation. This is where new habits and new choices and new results take root. But in order for them to take root, you have to look at it just like working out. You have to look at it just like brushing your teeth. Think about it. You don't brush your teeth today and don't brush them tomorrow. Basically, you brush your teeth today because you slept and you ate, you did all these other things. The next morning you brush them again, or sometimes 2 or 3 times a day because of the fact that you want to have really proper dental hygiene. So, but what does it take to have mental hygiene? This transforming is when these new habits are being formed, you got to continue to do the meditation. You got to continue to put in all the great information in order for you to bring it all together. So when we put it together, learning is awareness, being aware of what's going on around you. Growing is releasing the old behaviors, the limiting beliefs, and the things that no longer serves you. The expanding is the alignment of the new self. And transforming is embodying. It's the embodiment. This framework creates a pathway that anyone can use to move from being stuck to living their higher self. That's where it really gets exciting, is that this can stop you from being stuck and allow you to live your higher self. Now, what we're about to do now, let's release some of this stuff. Let's do an exercise. We're going to do an exercise together. Now, if you are listening to this recording or in this workshop today, and you're doing something that you can't pay full attention to, I ask of you to stop what you're doing now. If you've just so happen you decide to drive and listen to the workshop at the same time, stop it for this particular session, because I'm going to ask you to close your eyes, and it won't be safe if you close your eyes during this exercise. I just want you to feel safe as we go through it together. Go ahead and close your eyes and feel comfortable. Breathe in and let it go. And breathe out through your nose. Letting your body soften. And again, hold the breath in for a second. And now let it go. Very good. We're going to take one more deep breath in. That's right. And hold it for a second. That's right. That's right. And now let it go. Now gently bring awareness to your body. Notice any areas of tension or heaviness. Simply be aware of it and observe it without judgment. Now imagine you're now standing beside a flowing river. The water is steady. The water is calm, always moving and cleansing. And in your hands, you are holding some stones. Each stone represents something you've been carrying. Stress, worry, unresolved emotions. Feel the weight of those stones, the weight of stress, the weight of worry, and any unresolved emotions you want to let go now. As now I want you to one by one to start to release those stones into the river. Each stone you let go, notice how much lighter your hands feel. Notice your shoulders ease, how your breath deepens. And watch the current just float each stone farther and farther downstream. And with every release, feel more energy returning to you. More space, more lightness. And when your hands are empty, continue to allow them to empty right now, letting go of that no longer serves you. That's right. Let go. Let them float down the river. And once they're empty, imagine dipping them gently into the cool, clear water. Scoop some into your palms and bring it back into your body. And feel that fresh, clean energy circulating and refreshing, renewing and energizing every cell now. And let this simple affirmation anchor within you. I release what no longer serves me. I choose clarity, peace, and renewal. I release what no longer serves me. I choose clarity, peace, and renewal. Take that deep breath in now and out. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. I want you to notice for a moment right now how you feel. Notice the difference of how you feel compared to when we started. This is the power of release. It's simple, but yet profound. And everyone who attends this summit will have an opportunity to have that version of that meditation, a part of being a part of this summit. When we think about now that we've created space, what did you do with the space? Because that's the whole idea of emptying out so that now you can create space. By releasing what no longer serves us, the next step is aligning with what truly matters in the present. That's the goal. See, because if we leave a space that's open, because the way our subconscious mind works, you will always fill it with that which is comfortable with. And one of the most powerful tools I use with my clients is their values. And those who are part of you or are part of the VIP will have an opportunity for a value session. Values is your deepest level programming. It determines what you do with your time and the motivation direction by which you operate. Think of your core values is your inner compass that points you towards your true north and it reminds you of who you really are when life gets busy and distracting. See, the true test of who you are is not when everything is great. Your true values come out when life gets distracting, when you get too busy, when things come into your life. That's when things the values actually you really see how they operate. A quick exercise you could perform. I always tell people values. One thing about values are in every area of our lives. So we have one in our physical health, our mental health. We have one in our family, our relationships, our career, and spirituality. So every area of our life, we have values. So, but since we're talking about spiritual alignment, let's do it for spiritual alignment. Ask yourself the question, get a sheet of paper, ask yourself the question, what's important to me when it comes to spirituality? And what you need to do is allow your higher self to tell you about usually between 8 to 12 labels will come up. Each label is a label that basically determines what it is to you, what that means to you. Then once you get those 8 or 10, I want you to put them in a hierarchy from what's most important to the second importance and the next importance and the next important. Then now you have your values, and then I want you to really quickly just do a quick little synopsis of the values. As I said before, those who's doing the VIP, I'll walk this with you. I'll do this session with you. It's an exciting session, and I think it's one that you definitely, if you're not VIP, you might want to upgrade to VIP just for this session. Then once you put them in order, that becomes that's the true north. That's who you are. That's how you determine what your next action is going to be. Then when you're doing your daily actions line up with your values, it creates flow. Daily actions line up with your values so you can create flow. That's what kind of makes you flow. Sometimes you figure out what's actually stopping me. I know I feel like I'm motivated. More than likely, what might be stopping you, especially in your spirituality, you kind of mess spirituality up with making money, and you can't make money. And every time you try to be more spiritual, you try to make money, you feel like you're less spiritual. And when you're making spiritual, you're not making money, so you have this push and pull. Basically, it could be the fact that your values are out of line. But when they are in line, your daily actions align with your values, everything flows. You stop pushing against resistance instead of how you feel. You pull something greater. You be pulled by what's greater by you being more authentic. This is what I mean by living in authenticity. It's not about perfection, guys. It's not about perfection or living up to someone else's expectations. It's about making choices that honor your deepest truth. When you do that, peace and clarity naturally follows. That's what happens. When everything flows, peace and clarity naturally follows. So, how do we activate? What can we do? We promise this in the front. This is how we can activate your future. Once you're aligned in the present, then we want to activate the future. Here's the shift I want you to remember. This is important. Every challenge you face is not a roadblock. It's an invitation to growth. Every challenge you face is not a roadblock. It's an invitation to growth. This is why I created the legit mindset. It's because I knew that everything that's happening in my life was happening for a purpose. And if I know that I have a setback or heartbreak or failure that I face, it's an opportunity for me to learn something. It's an opportunity for me to grow. It's an opportunity for me to transform. When you see obstacles that way, think about it. The worst thing that could ever happen to a parent happened to me and my wife about 4.5 years ago. I told you that earlier. We lost our son. That's the worst thing because that's not the order of things that we feel like should be going. But if we say, what can we learn from this experience? What can we take away from it? What can we do to learn and to grow and to expand and to become better? And wow, the growth that we've experienced since then. Now, do we miss our son? Yes. Do we still feel sad sometimes? Yes, that's natural for us to do that. But the growth and me having the opportunity to share that with you, to let you know that even on the other side, it's much brighter. That's a growth. That's an opportunity for me to share with you. I couldn't share that with you being in an authentic way if I didn't experience it. So when we stop seeing obstacles that way, then they stop being things that hold you back and start becoming opportunities to move forward. That's what it's all about. Growth. In the book of James, if you in the Bible, once again, just a reference, it's a great book. In the book of James, chapter 1, verse number 2, it says this. It says, consider it pure joy whenever you face trials of many kinds. Now, what James said, now, he didn't say be happy. Happy, in my opinion, is a temporary emotion. Joy comes from within. Joy comes from a place where when you are connected to the universe, you're connected with God, you're connected with your higher self. So it's more than just joy. It's more than just happiness. It's joy, just this feeling of being connected. He says, whenever you face many kinds of trials, he says, this is why the learning. Because you know that the testing of your faith produces something. It's there for purpose. It produces perseverance. Well, that's what he says. But then this is the kicker. He says, but let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature. Why? Why do you want to learn? Why do you want to grow? Why do you want to expand? So that it says, because let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature, complete, lacking nothing. Powerful, guys. Powerful. That's where the legit mind concept comes in at, is that once we learn and grow and expand, we're now imploring the fact that no, it's not a happy thing, but it's a thing. But when we understand it's for our learning, it's for our growth, it's for us becoming better. And that's how we can anchor in. That's why we can anchor in this clarity. The way that we can activate our future, we can anchor this clarity and intention daily. See, because without clarity, we drift. Without intentions, with intentions, we are direct with our energy where it matters. We can direct that energy where it truly matters when we have this clarity. That's why I encourage people. I encourage in you to, I know most of you are spiritual practices, but think about it. I encourage you to do at least a 2-minute practice each morning. Take some deep breathing, some deep diaphragmatic breaths. Visualize your highest version of yourself. Then anchor that in. Anchor that in. An anchor, a good affirmation is that I choose to release what no longer serves me and step fully into alignment with my calling. So you take those deep breaths, you visualize, you see yourself being the best version of yourself, and then you say to yourself, I choose to release what no longer serves me and step fully into the alignment of my calling. It doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be hard. 2 minutes consistently applied can reset your mind, recenter your energy, propel you to inspired action. When we think about how the spiritual now translate to business, let's bring it out of the clouds and bring it out to daily life. Because this walk isn't about spiritual practice, isn't just about spiritual practice. It's about how to show up in every area of your life, because it impacts everything that we do. When we release hidden blocks and align with your values, your impact shows up in your relationships, in your business, in your leadership. You communicate more clearly. You connect more authentically. You lead with more confidence, and you make more money. Your decisions become clear. You stop spinning in hesitation. You start trusting your intuition. You no longer waste energy second guessing yourself. That energy gets redirected into creativity and focus. That's the real power of applying spiritual alignment in practical ways. You just don't feel better inside. You create better results on the outside. Wow, that's exciting, guys. Let's bring it to a close. So, first and foremost, we want to heal the past by releasing hidden blocks. This opens up space for us and allow us now to fill that space with something more meaningful, something more powerful. Then once we heal the past, we want to align the present by connecting to our values. This creates direction without conflict. Lastly, we want to activate our future by anchoring clarity and inspired action. Before I close, guys, I want you to remember one thing. Remember that transformation doesn't begin with adding more. Transformation begins with releasing what no longer serves you. Once again, guys, my name is Curtis McCullom, and I just want to thank you for allowing me to guide you today. May you continue to learn, grow, expand, and transform to be your highest version of yourself.
Wow, thank you so much, Curtis. That was absolutely powerful. Like I could see that energy already starting to shift. And for people, you can go back and listen again because there was so much gold, as well as the release process that was so powerful. I loved it. You have super lovely voice to listen, release, and just let go of those things that no longer serve you. So thank you, and thank you for sharing also your personal
Oh,
journey.
it's like this is right now. I mean, I can just still feel the energy moving, and I'm just totally full right now. So I appreciate you allowing me to come and share with your group. I mean, it's been a blessing for me.
Absolutely. And for those who want to go even deeper and connect with you, so I know you have prepared a gift for everyone. So can you share a little bit about that gift?
Yeah, for everybody, all the attendees, you're going to get a couple of things. You're going to get what I call the anxiety reframe system. It's a powerful step by step toolkit to design to kind of shift anxiety patterns into clarity, calm, and confidence. It also includes the meditation that I did earlier. It has been diligently it's been remastered with my group, and so the music is pure. You just hear my voice and all these sounds and everything. You're gonna love it. So basically, that kit, it's including the practices. It has a journal in it. It has quick start guides in it. It's a beautiful kit. I think you're really going to enjoy it. It's definitely used right away to kind of reset your mind and reclaim your energy. I think it's going to be something that's really going to bless you in more than one way. So that's what I'm going to give everybody. Is going to be the anxiety reframe system.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that with everyone. So check the show notes. You will find the gift there. And now I would love to ask you if there is one thing you wish people would know. So what would you love to leave the audience with?
Well, I think I want everybody to know that you have all the resources within you to become the highest and the best version of yourself. And sometimes we're hard on ourselves. And sometimes we just need to stop and say, hey, what is it? What is this feeling or emotion that's kind of speaking to me? Because a feeling is an emotion. A feeling is an emotion that wants to communicate with us and leave. So what I'm saying is stop, guys. With that's another way to release some of this baggage is to stop and acknowledge it and to release it and ask your higher self, what is it that I need to know, do, or be to let this go? And I think that if people know that they have the power within them to be the best version of themselves, that's a blessing within itself.
Yes, thank you so much, Curtis. I love this powerful session you shared. And thank you for joining us. If this conversation, if this presentation touched your heart, please share it with someone who would benefit. Let's just spread this message. Let us spread this light and love. And also give it thumbs up and subscribe for more. So let's spread the light, let's spread the love. And thank you for tuning in.